In this video, I'm going to give you the 100% truth about what it takes to get rid of belly fat. How do I know? In addition to my own studies, getting rid of belly fat is exactly what I did while traveling all around the world. I've actually gotten rid of belly fat. I started at around 27% body fat in the beginning of 2023 and have been consistently below 12% body fat since March of 2023. I'm currently below 10% body fat. The process to get rid of belly fat is actually quite easy. You'll soon learn that it's not a secret and it's not magic. You just have to commit to doing it. When you leave this video, if you never get rid of belly fat, the only reason why will be because you don't implement what I share. Let's get to it. Please believe me when I say this. There's only one step to get rid of belly fat, and that's to put your body in a calorie deficit and keep it there long enough for you to see your results. Period. And before you click off this video, let me explain. Belly fat is just fat, and fat is located throughout your entire body. Unfortunately, you cannot simply get rid of only the fat that is around your belly. When you try to focus on getting rid of belly fat in just one spot, this is called spot reduction. Spot reductions aren't physically possible. When you stay in a calorie deficit long enough, you'll begin getting rid of the fat all over your body, including your belly fat. Fat will be burned everywhere, so be prepared to lose some breast, chest, or even butt fat when you begin losing belly fat. Where you start seeing results first is based on your particular body. Everyone is different. Now, what's a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit is when your body is getting fewer calories than it needs to perform its functions such as breathing, pumping blood, walking upstairs, or anything else your body does. And calories are just a measure of energy. Where do we get our calories? We get our calories from food. So if calories are just a measure of energy and food is where we get our calories, this means that food is what provides our bodies with energy. When your body burns calories, it looks internally to get this energy. And where does it get this internal energy? It gets this internal energy from our body fat, because this is what body fat does. Body fat stores energy for later use when we need it. So if you want your body to use its internal fat stores, you 100% must put your body in a calorie deficit and keep it there. Your ultimate goal is to get your body to use your existing fat while not adding more to the fat you already have. So how do you add fat to the fat you already have? Well, you may already do this, which is by providing your body with more calories than it needs by eating more food than it needs, especially dietary fat. But when you're in a calorie deficit long enough, your body will be forced to burn its existing fat because it won't be getting enough energy from anywhere else. Your body is like a cookie monster, and your fat is its cookies. When your body starts eating much more of its existing fat, your fat will begin melting from everywhere, including your belly. But you must make your body eat more of its existing fat. This is what a calorie deficit does. This is the answer. It's not a secret. But now the question may be, but how do you put your body in a calorie deficit? Here's your answer. Number one, it starts with getting an estimate of the number of calories your body requires to perform its functions, which is the same number of calories your body requires to keep its current weight. This is called your maintenance calories, or in scientific terms, you'll also hear it called your TDEE, or total daily energy expenditure. When you eat at your maintenance calories, by definition, you won't be in a calorie deficit and therefore will not get rid of belly fat. You can get an estimate of your maintenance calories from any online calculator that uses a decent formula. You can use the one on calculator.net. Just know that there is no perfect calculator anywhere. They all give estimates that you may have to adjust over time to find the right number of calories for you. Because online calculators are a huge guess, your numbers will almost always have to be adjusted. I don't even try to factor in exercise for myself. If you do, you'll probably overestimate the number of calories your body needs. I simply suggest you start with the number of calories the calculator gives you using the sedentary activity factor. Once you get your maintenance calories numbers, you then need to do number two. Eat the number of calories that are suggested by the calculator. How do you do this? By planning and tracking everything you eat every day and putting it into a food planning app. When you plan and track what you eat and put it in a food planning app, you will visibly be able to determine if you are eating more than your required maintenance calories. If you're eating more than your recommended maintenance calories, you definitely won't get rid of belly fat. As part of the setup process, food planning apps will usually recommend the same number of calories you'll get from, let's say, calculator.net or any other calculator, because they all use the same formula to calculate your maintenance calories. Theoretically, if you eat about 500 calories fewer than your maintenance calories every day, on average, you will begin losing about a pound of body fat per week. It doesn't matter where your calories come from, fat, proteins, or carbohydrates. Not if we're strictly talking about getting rid of belly fat. Technically, you can get away with eating McDonald's or Twinkies. It may not be healthy, and I don't recommend you do it for various reasons, but it's just to prove a point that the only thing that matters when it comes to getting rid of belly fat is eating fewer calories than your maintenance calories. Because I suggested that you start with the sedentary activity factor that a calculator gives you, the numbers you get may already put you 500 calories below your maintenance calories. So I always recommend starting with those numbers for at least 2 weeks. While you do that, you move on to number 3. Track your body weight every day and later make adjustments. After about 2 weeks of weigh-ins, if you diligently track what you ate and did not lose weight on the numbers you were using, you'll be able to safely assume that the numbers you were using didn't put you in a calorie deficit. If you did not lose a pound or more of weight over those 2 weeks, you would adjust your calories down by about 200 calories and then repeat the process of taking weight measurements over the next 2 weeks. If you lost a pound of weight or more over those 2 weeks, you would stay on the same numbers for another week and for as long as you can thereafter. But you would still take your daily weigh-ins so you can have data if you stop losing weight, or in this case, belly fat. However, I can almost guarantee that if you track your food correctly, you will begin to lose weight and therefore belly fat with the numbers you start with. If you do this process correctly and for long enough, the fat will melt off. That said, how you implement this plan is highly variable, and this is where other diets come in. Keto and other diets work because in theory, they reduce your calories in a manner that you don't have to think about the math. For example, keto says just eat fat and you'll magically get full. But I promise you can still consume more calories than your body requires if you only eat fat and protein. Other diets reduce your calories by cutting out entire food groups like carbohydrates. My point is, there is no one magic diet. They all do exactly what I explained. They reduce your calorie intake below your maintenance calories, but you just may not be aware of it. You can 100% be successful using any diet to get rid of belly fat, as long as it reduces your calories below your maintenance calories for a long enough time. But when you do the math as I described and take control over your own diet, you get to have more fun with the foods you eat because you can eat almost anything. You just won't be able to eat everything. I hope this all made sense. The last thing I'll say about getting rid of belly fat is you do not have to exercise to get rid of belly fat, although I do recommend it. If we are talking strictly about getting rid of belly fat, the only requirement needed to get rid of belly fat is to put your body in a calorie deficit and keep it there, which you can do just by eating fewer calories than your body requires. The only thing working out does for you, if we're strictly talking fat burning, is it helps you burn more calories. But even if you're burning more calories by working out, it will not help you get rid of your belly fat if you're eating too many calories and therefore not putting your body in a calorie deficit so it can burn through your stored fat. I hope you now understand what it takes to get rid of belly fat. And I know it was a lot, but what I covered really is one step. It's just math. Put your body in a calorie deficit and keep it there long enough until you get the results you want, which in this case is to get rid of belly fat. I can guarantee that anyone who says this process doesn't work has never done it correctly or long enough to get their results. That said, if you're interested in making your process to get rid of belly fat easier and want more of the details behind the one step, be sure to check out my self-paced body transformation program at buildmusclegetlean.com. Peace.